Hey DJI, how are ya? Thank you. No notification. What else is new? Hey everybody! Thanks for joining us. Vacation Station TV. Your virtual getaway. Car was hot. Hot, hot, hot. Well, I think they got the car wash on extra wash. Oh, it twisted my mirror good. Normally doesn't do that. That's good. Oh, both mirrors. Look at that. That means it's really scrubbing it up. I love it. How is everybody? Hi, Sandy Connolly. How are you? Webb's Web. Ralph, how are you? Check out Ralph at Webb's Web. Doing a lot of live stuff lately. That's pretty good. You're getting more comfortable with it, aren't you? Very good. I love your backgrounds, Ralph. Oh, nice and clean and cool too. I should just jump out of the car and stand in the damn car wash. Unbelievable. There goes the ice cream truck. It gave me the green light. Now I got to go out and fix both mirrors. Imagine that. I've never had that happen before. I've never had to do both mirrors. That's a new one for me. Let me get in this shady spot. Give me a minute to straighten out. You watch the traffic. And I got to straighten out the mirrors. Take only a moment. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we are. Back in a cool car. I like that. Man, it is hot. Let me catch up on what I missed. All right, I don't want to miss anybody. I always get grief for that. Let's see. Buddy Wilkinson, hello, buddy. How are you, guy? Appreciate that. Cheryl Keene, how are you? Thanks for joining. Car's cooling down nicely. I'm at the Zips car wash in Sevierville, where if you have a Zips, and they're all over the United States, by the way, Zips, Z-I-P-S, Express. First month, I heard they had a special, but I don't. I'm looking at the sign. It still says $15 for the first month. After that, it's $20 as many times as you want to go through the car wash. And up here in the Smokies, I don't know where, wherever it is you are, but here the cars get dirty quick. Dusty, 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 dusty. It's well worth it. Robin McGraw, how are you? Good afternoon. I took my truck through the car wash this morning. Good for you. And doesn't it clean nice? I love the way it cleans my car. It really allows me to not have to go out and do it myself. The easy car washes or the self-serve car washes, those just too much of a pain in the ass to do. I used to do it all the time because they were the cheapest. When I was doing it for around $4, you can do it yourself. But now it's up to about $6 now, somewhere between $5.50, $6. And guy waved to me. He's cleaned it. He's got a nice little Mustang convertible. He cleaned it all up. That's good. When you got a nice car, you want it to be clean. So the self-serve car washes just don't serve me properly because it's just too expensive. And by the time you're done scrubbing up the car, man, you're sweating. You are sweating. In this weather, it's 99, by the way, here in Sevierville with 106 heat index. That's incredible. It is so hot, and I cannot go in the sun, so I got to find shade with the medication I'm on. By the way, finally, I can hear. I can hear again. And I want to thank my doctor, and finally, he figured it out. Dr. Corey, he's amazing. Young guy, fun, energetic, really very much into homeopathics and not into a lot of chemicals and stuff. But he did, because I had this infection, this sinus infection, and it traveled into my chest and my whole body. And for the last 4 weeks, I've been really suffering, really suffering. You just can't imagine what I was going through. And I'm not whining because I'm an old man or something like that, but I was suffering. Couldn't hear a thing, coughing, feeling really lethargic all the time. So he put me on, we traveled through 4 flights of different antibiotics. And the last one, of course, was the doxycycline, which has a heavy warning on it. Do not go out in the sun. It is not good. You'll blotch up. You could stroke out and all that. So I had to really be cognizant that I didn't go in the sun. And a couple of times I did, not thinking, not remembering, and I started getting really shaky because you remember I have MS, and it's been in remission for years, but it kicked in. It kicked in a couple of times on me, and I didn't like that at all. I start getting shaky and stuff. So I stay out of the sun, especially like today. Last few days, I have not been. I have a limited amount of sunshine on my body, very, very limited. But the 5th try was a charm. Usually the 3rd time is a charm, but the 5th time was a charm. He gave me 2 shots in my butt, and one was a steroid. The other one I have never heard of before, and I can't remember it now. It had a rose in it, rose of something. And he said, this is a very powerful antibiotic, and you must stay out of the sun. And I said, how long is this going to take? Because I said, Doc, I can't even hear what you're saying to me. And for you people that are hearing impaired, I sympathize with you. And Miss Marie has problems with one of her ears. And I sympathize with people who can't hear because you don't hear the world around you. And normally I have extremely good ears, very acute to every sound. And especially where we live in the woods, I think I said this the other day, I can tell the difference when a raccoon is walking up or a possum is walking up or there's a cat, a dog, a bear, whatever. I could identify it by the sound of their footstep. That's how sensitive my ears are. I could not hear a car coming up behind me, and this is no BS. I couldn't hear. The radio was up as loud as it could go in the car, and all I could do was feel the vibration. Couldn't hear it. TV up at 100, and I'm watching. I had to finally put the closed caption on because I could not hear a thing. And Doc looked in the ears. He said, man, they are so swollen. He goes, they are red and swollen, and your ears can't vibrate. There's a little membrane in there that the membrane vibrates to the sound. It couldn't do it. It couldn't do it all. So he gave me this shot on a Monday at 3 o'clock-ish, somewhere in that area. No, it was 3:30. It was 3:30. So he gave me the shot at 3:30. By 10 o'clock, I could feel the shot. Man, it was amping me up. That shot, the steroid, was amping me up. And for the last few days, I have been absolutely electric. It started to wear down today because when I woke up, I woke up in a creeping malaise. I couldn't shake my night. I just tried. But by 4 o'clock that morning of Monday, my ears popped just like that. They just pop. I heard it, woke me up. Pop. I go, wow, I could hear, because at night I sleep with a white noise machine on. I always have a fan on. I have a white noise machine, which puts me into a beta, a real deep sleep. And that just reminded me I forgot to do something. So, okay, I got to go home and do something in a minute. And I couldn't even hear that noise, couldn't even hear white noise. So that really bothered me. So at 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday, which would have been a Tuesday, it cleared right up. And I was so happy. And I said, oh man, I said, nice prayer. I said, thank you, God. I've been asking, let me hear again. I really appreciate that. And so I was very happy about that. And with the shot wearing off, I'm starting to normalize. I'm starting to feel somewhat normal. Not so amped. I mean, I was so amped up. I didn't sleep Tuesday night up until this morning. I went to bed at 5 o'clock this morning. It's not because I'm somebody that has to stay up all the time. That's not the situation. I just couldn't sleep. My body would not allow me to go to sleep. I was so ramped and amped up. Let me get back to the words here. Sorry, I'm running my mouth again. That's normal. That's never going to go away. Hi, John Esper. Oh boy, we're going through the car. Yeah. And I needed it. The car needed it, and I needed it. Buddy Wilkinson coming to the mountains. 2 weeks. Good Lord. Well, yeah, you'll be up here. Dry Creek Home Collections. Hey guys, Rob and Denise, how are you? Look, if you need something for your home, I don't care what it is. You like nice, cool things. You check out Dry Creek Home Collections. They have everything you want to make your house look beautiful and countrified, and they have other decorations too. And I believe they have 2 locations now in the Sevierville area that you can buy stuff and online. So check it out, Dry Creek Home Collections. William Smith, how are you? Good afternoon. Rick Surgeon, how are you? Hello. It's hot. Stay hydrated. Have a wonderful day. Absolutely stay hydrated. I don't have any water here. Oh, to tell you, I just looked over at my passenger side. I thought for sure because let me. I digress. Talking with my doctor a couple of 3 weeks ago. I've been going to him for 4 weeks now, trying to get this thing kicked in gear, and I couldn't hear a damn thing for 4 weeks. Could not hear anything for 4 weeks, and that really made me sad and depressed. Not depressed to the point where I'm going to throw myself off the deck or anything like that. Just depressed on what is going on with my life. It's like everything is falling apart around me. And he did say in our conversations, he says, you know that this could become permanent. And so I'm reading his lips. I go, what do you mean? He says, this happens to people when they get a severe infections. They could lose certain senses. You could lose the sense of smell, the sense of taste. He didn't mention sight. Although I did have an exploding blood vessel in my right eye. My red eye looked like somebody popped me in the eye. He said that happens with antibiotics too, sometimes in infection. But he did say you could lose your hearing and it could be permanent. So I really was not in a good mood, and I think you could tell that in some of my live stuff. But I I was trying to beat the Christmas rush. So what I did was I ordered hearing aids. And I'm not kidding. I ordered hearing aids. Good hearing aids that are chargeable and Bluetooth and all that stuff. And I figured, I'm 68 years old. I'm on the rocket sled to hell anyway. So I might as well just get my hearing aids now and avoid that problem later on. And then I haven't looked at them yet, but I saw them online. And all right, hey, geez, I have these stupid things sticking out of my ear. But then I realized, think back, go back 10, 15, 20 years. If you had a hearing aid, people knew you had a hearing aid. It was, it showed, and not that it's bad or anything, but you knew. You know what I mean? You just knew. But everybody today is wearing those stupid earbuds, right? Everybody has those little white things, or the blue or the red, and they hang out your ears and they stick in there. And I'm going, so it's kind of accepted now. Not that it wasn't accepted before, but you knew. Oh, I feel bad for that person to have a hearing problem. And I always feel bad when I see people that have a handicap, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful that God has allowed me to not have this ailment in my body, and I'll say a silent prayer for them, saying, make them better, make them happy, make them feel peaceful, that type of stuff. Because I know what it's like, and I've had, since I've had MS, you people wouldn't know that unless I told you. But I fought through that because I wasn't going to allow it to take over my life. And that's the tenacity that's in my body, the tenacity that's in my brain. I will not allow certain things to happen to me. And attitude is everything. If you think that you're sick, you're sick. If you think that you're dying because you're willing it. You're creating that, you're rewiring your brain, and you're saying, oh, I'm so sick, I got this, I got that. That's not the way to be. You've got to listen to me. If you are having a problem, you beat it by you beating it. Now, I know this. Of course, there's medicine and there's the technology of things you have no control over, and that you need certain doctoring and certain things in your body in order to survive. But Attitude makes things better. If you roll over and die, you might as well dig a hole before you do it and roll into that hole. But if you have a positive attitude, it helps. It really helps because the doctor always says, he goes, "How are you doing this?" I go, "What?" He goes, "You have progressive MS. I've seen the charts. I've seen your brain lesions. I've seen all this stuff. You should not be walking." I said, "You're telling me that, but I'm telling you it isn't going to happen. Is not going to happen." They told me in the first year that I would be in a wheelchair after I got diagnosed with progressive MS. They said, "You would be in a wheelchair, just get it in your head." And I said, "Doc, you could go F yourself because it isn't going to happen. I'm not going to allow it to happen." And since then, and this happened in 2004, here it is 2022, and I'm still jumping around like a kid. I'm still energetic. I don't I don't have to take shots anymore. For years I was taking shots every day on in my stomach, and then you have to kind of go down your legs and not in your arms. You're not supposed to use your arm for this other drug, and I hated it. I said, "No, I'm not doing it." And it's really weird because I'd have moments, I'd have episodes. They call them flare-ups, and I'd have episodes, and they tried to get me, and they almost won. They tried to get me to follow when you got to do this every day. You got to stick this needle here, and with an auto inject, the thing like from Star Trek, you squeeze it, go, and they supplied me with all this stuff, and the medication was really expensive. When I started out, it was $36,000 a year, and had gone up. It's almost 44,000. But I said, I'm getting off of this crap. I said, this isn't going to happen. This is not going to be in my life. It ain't going to happen. And they are always argued with me because they're doctors, and they're always pushing their pills and their drugs and all that crap. I said, it ain't going to happen, Doc. I'm telling you, this isn't going to happen. Well, a year after that, I was on it for 4, 5, 6, I guess 2008. I went in. Oh, what a cool truck with a trailer. That was cool. After that, I said, let's find something else. Find something else. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired of being a goalie for a dart team. I mean, I had little puncture marks all over my body. Excuse me. I burped. I had my chest and my tummy had all these little circle injection areas all over them, and I go, I hate this. This isn't going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And they finally said, well, let's try this new therapy, and it's a pill. It's kind of new. And I said, well, let's do it. Let's do it. I got that. And so I started taking this pill, and then they switched me over to another one after a while, and it worked. It seemed to work, because I didn't want the injections, and I was at a point in my life where I had to do the injections. Kind of like you people that might have diabetes, that you've gone, I guess, from type 1 to type 2. I forget what way it goes, but there's a point where you can take a pill, and there's a point you got to inject. Listen to me today and hear me tomorrow. If you're diabetic and you're taking injections or pills, take a look at yourself. All right, take a look at yourself. It's what you're eating. You're eating crap. I almost said the bad word. You're eating crap. You're not eating right. Stop eating crap. Start eating healthy. And I've had friends that are now not taking shots or pills anymore because they changed their way. They stopped buying fast food. They stop eating crap all day long. They stop eating Twinkies. Stop drinking soda, you a-holes. Soda is killing you. Soda is what brings on the diabetes. Sugar is what brings on the diabetes. Salt is what brings on heart attack, stroke, and diabetes. Stop. Stop. And you'll get better. I'm no doctor and I don't play one on TV, but I'm telling you, I have friends that have changed their life and they're no longer on these injections and pills. No longer. So I'm pleading with you. Stop pulling into these places where they throw food in your window as you drive by and you hand them all your money and they're laughing, counting your money, and you're there taking a pill and a shot and eating a death burger or whatever. Something that's just not meant to go in your body. Eat healthy. Live longer. Or at least a better way of life, a better quality of life. So I don't take the shots anymore. They they've really limited my pill intake for the MS. They said I don't know what's going on with you, but we haven't found any lesions in your brain. When I do the MRIs, they go, you're not supposed to get better. When you have MS, it only gets worse. It kills women, and it debilitates men. And they go, we don't know what's going on, but keep doing what you're doing. I said, well, one is good diet. Two is attitude. I'm not going to allow this to win. That's pretty much the whole story. Well, let me get back to your comments. Charlie Beauvert, how are you? Elvis is in the room. Haven't heard from you in a long time. How are you, Charlie? Good to good to hear from you. I hope all is well. Hope Bo and Janine are doing well. Tracy Pendergrast, I'll be up there June 25th. So excited, Tracy. Now I remember seeing your name. I remember talking with you. Webb's Web, yes, getting more used to it. Yeah, it's a bit different. Yeah, but you're a very shy guy, Ralph. I know that, and you're very reserved and shy. But you're letting yourself be another you. You know what I mean? You're allowing the inner you to come on out and be a little more extroverted. I'm basically an introvert with extrovert tendencies. I love my privacy. I love being quiet. I'm not a loud person. I hate parties. I don't like visiting people. I mean, you can call it what you want, but this is just who I am. I've never been a party person. I don't like going to events that are crazy and stupid. It's just not me, and that's just me. I'm not telling you that's what you got to be. That's just me. Sandy Conley, 105. Yeah, it's 106 heat index here, and you're in North Jackson, Ohio. Wow. William Smith, didn't Rosie have three? Yeah, she has three cubs, and the other one was down on the first level. There's two decks. There's the deck that I sit on, which is higher above the mosquito line. If you go down, you go down to the first level, that's where the skeeters are. So I sit up on the second level because the skeeters aren't there because it's pretty high up. So the first level, there's still skeeterage there, and they do bite. But the baby was down. You can't really hear it on the video, but the baby was being rambunctious. It was, I could hear it climbing on the chairs and doing stuff, but it didn't do any damage. Very happy for that. John Esper, it's hot up here in Ohio. It's doing rollback blackouts. Ouch. Shutting off people's electricity 3 to 4 hours at a time. Imagine that. Imagine that. David Fontaine, how are you? Jeff and Tootsie camping. Hey, 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 from Boone, North Carolina. How is Jeff and Miss Marie? Doing good, Jeff. How are you? How's our favorite Tootsie? She's so sweet. She's probably hot today. She's probably hot. Yeah. Boone, North Carolina. Almost moved to Blowing Rock, which is not far, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff, from Boone. Blowing Rock. What a pretty place in North Carolina. Boone and Blowing Rock are absolutely beautiful places. Beautiful. A lot more in those areas, a lot more gemstones, by the way. If you like gemstones, amethyst, garnet, star rubies, things like that, that's the place to go, is anywhere in Boone, Blowing Rock, Franklin, those areas there, because that's where the mines are. I used to go to Franklin all the time because when I had a metaphysical store, I had two stores, but they morphed from one to two and then down to one again. And I used to always go there to pick up all my stones, all my gemstones. It was in Franklin, North Carolina, because the gem mines are there. You can actually go to the gem mines, and you can pick that stuff up. If you like amethyst, which is a really wonderful stone, you could pick up. It happens to be my birthstone, and you could pick up beautiful pieces for pennies on the dollar. You go to these stores, these metaphysical stores, rock shops, and they'll charge you an arm and a leg, and you could just drive up to Franklin and get them for a third, almost a fourth in some cases, of what you're going to pay in the store. Just to let you know. Yeah, my hearing's gotten better. Charlie's saying hello. Everybody say howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, I can hear again. Yes, I'm very happy. Man, when that thing popped at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was so happy. I'm telling you, I ordered. They're right. They're right. I'll show you, so you know I'm not lying to you. There. That's the bag. That's the bag right there. There's the brand new hearing aids in there. You think I was kidding? They're in there. Brand new. Wireless, of course. I don't want to get the ones like you put in your shirt pocket in the old days. Remember that? The old days. No, these are wireless USB rechargeable. I don't want the batteries. That was one thing because um, my dad needed a hearing aid for a while. I don't know if he ever used it because he hated that. He was so vain in a good way. You know, he was like me. I didn't want to get old, and that kind of says to you, you're old, you're old. But now we have a different mindset, totally different mindset. Back then, that kind of like said, well, it's all over for you, pal. You know, throw yourself in front of a bus. But they had the batteries, and the batteries don't last long. You know, 8 hours, 10 hours, or whatever. You got to constantly invest in batteries. These things, you just plug them in. They come with the charger. Plug them in, and they charge, and they're good for 12 hours. At least that's what the instructions say. But I don't think I need them now. So now we've got brand new hearing aids, and they were pricey, but I got them. Oh God! Let me go back to these. Let me see. Susie Q, how are you? Rick Paley, how are you? Hello, Jeff. Glad to cut you on. My last break was Rosie eating some of no, it wasn't raccoon food. I get that all the time, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything. People think I'm feeding the bears. I'm not feeding the bears. Bear. I'm not feeding the bear. Bear is plural or singular. There's no S. Bear. I'm not feeding the bear. That's bird seed. I feed my birds. I love my birds. They're very friendly birds. And bear like seeds. They like that. That's part of their diet is nuts, seeds, and berries. And so, who am I? And some two chicks gave me some nonsense on my comments. If you look at it, obviously, and and God bless them, they're just ill-informed. They're ignorant that we live up in the woods and the mountains. There are bear here. There are mountain lion here. There's coyotes up here. There's all sorts of wildlife. What should I do? Gate my house? Put a guard out there? Put an electric fence? Machine gun turrets? And to keep the animals out? Look, I'm going to feed my damn bears and my hummingbirds, all right? And even the bears messing around with the hummingbird feeders. But who am I to say they can't eat? Rosie is never going to do anything. She's a sweet bear. The other bears that come up are very shy, and they take what they want and they go about their day. I go about my day. I don't bother them. I'm not out there going, here, kitty, 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 here, kitty, kitty. I don't do that. So, for those people out there, edumacate yourself. All right? Edumacate. Get your head out of your ass and realize that you live probably in a gated community with fine trim lawns and everything is beautiful and there's rainbows and unicorns and bumblebees and stuff. We live in the woods, in the mountains where there are wild animals. And I don't care if they come up and eat. They're not bothering me and I'm not bothering them. All right. Oh, God. Susie Q, did you get? They're eating seeds. I get a 50-pound bag of sunflower seeds, and it has little millet seeds and other wild bird seeds, and I mix it all in, and I pour out a big stainless steel dish every morning. While I sit there, I have my coffee, and I cruise YouTube, and I watch the little animals come in. The raccoons come up and eat the seeds too. That's right. All the little raccoons, they come up and they love all that stuff, and I'm not chasing them away. You know. Life with Mountain Folk, how are you? Jim? Watching from my phone at work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Susan, glad you're feeling better. Praise God. Thank you, Susan. That's my sister. I was going to call you the other night, Susan. It was too late though. It was like 2 in the morning. I don't think you would appreciate me ringing your phone at 2 in the morning. But didn't Dad? Hopefully she's still listening. Pretty sure. Dad had, because I remember him talking to me with this, but I was too stupid to realize what he was talking about. He used to work at the Brookhaven. Remember, he used to go to Brookhaven, the laboratory up there. He had a couple of friends, and he used to do business up there at the Brookhaven. That's kind of where he used to live, right? That's in just outside Lake Ronkonkoma, out there on the island. It was a really interesting video up there, and I don't know if you remember anything happening back in 1992, November of 1992. at the Brookhaven laboratories because they have an observatory there. My father was an astronomer. Maybe she'll answer me back. John Nesbitt, good afternoon, everybody in the chat. Thanks, Susie Q. We went to put shots in my legs. Trying creams first. This helps so far. What is it for, Susie Q? What did I miss? Life of Mountain Folk, 97 here, 112. It's 106 heat index here, 99 degrees. It's really hot. Please drink a lot of water, as much as you can. Very important. Do not allow yourself to go get dehydrated. Not healthy at all. Gary the Cable Guy, Jeff, so glad you can hear. Yeah, I am too. Jeff and Tootsie says, nice cool. 88. My God, that's a cold snap. I'm sure it's a little cooler up in Gatlinburg and maybe a little higher there at Newfound Gap. Randall Hill, I need my wash. Next up, everybody. Carla Vision, how are you, Carla? Good afternoon. Sorry I didn't hear live one. Hope you missed. No, you didn't miss much. It's just me rambling on. Jeff and Tootsie, I'm 7 minutes behind. Dang internet here. Oh, sorry. I'll try to keep up with it. Gatlinburg Hussey, hello, guy. How are ya? Good to see you. Randall Hill, never give up. No, never give up. Absolutely don't give in. And you know, you can listen to your doctor and you can listen to whatever, your therapist if you have one, but don't let them dictate and tell you what your life is going to be like. Your life is going to be like. You tell your life what it's going to be like. Okay? Don't always wait for somebody to give you the directions. Find the directions yourself. Gatlinburg Hussey, hello, Vacation Station TV. Been a minute 10. Live with Mountain Folk. Jeff, we were live tonight at 8:30. Check out Live with Mountain Folk tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. 8:30, I guess that's Mountain Time, right, guys? So if you're in my area, it's Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. tonight. Check them out. Type 1 is all right. Type 1 is the worst. Type 2 then is the one where you can still take pills. I'm not diabetic, so I don't follow a lot of that, but you don't want to go to type 1. Type 2 is preventable, absolutely. Now, if you have type 1, you've already stepped over the line, but you can reverse a lot of that. If you're type 2 already, stop eating crap, would you please? Take out the sugars, take out the salts, take out the processed food. Once you eliminate that from your life and start eating normal food instead of ding-dongs and ring-dings. When was the last time you had a ring-ding? Do they even make them anymore? Ring-ding? And curable. That's right, D&T. Type 2 is preventable and curable. Randall Hill, A17 was 6.3 the other day at doctors. That's not bad. You could be a little lower. You try to get to that 15. You hear me, Randall? Try to get to that 15. Cut out the iodized salt. Cut out salt. Get your levels down. Get your sugars down. Get your salt levels down. They work together. All right? Anything you buy in a box has sugar. Anything you buy in a box has salt. If you could stop buying that crap, and anything you buy in a bottle or a can, if you're eating canned foods, you're eating a lot of sodium. Just look at it. Take a can of beans, all right? Just a can of good old green beans, and you'll probably have somewhere between 600 and 900 milligrams of salt in that can. That's like taking a teaspoon of salt, putting it in your mouth. Now, you know how crappy that tastes, right? Try taking not that I'm telling you to do that, but you know what I mean. Take a teaspoon of salt and put it in your mouth, and that's what you're eating. Why would you do that? Why in the world would you? And they use iodized salt. Ah. Jason Lebeau, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, I was depressed last Sunday, so I went to Dollywood. And the goat coaster? God bless you. God bless you. Oh, you know who was at the goat coaster the other day? Guy Fieri. That's right. Guy came to the goat coaster. That's right. Guy was there. Rode with his family. Rode twice. And had a lot of fun. Bought a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars from the goat coaster. That's right. Guy was at the goat coaster. No, I didn't. I respect privacy. And I'm not into that star-studded crap. I'm not starstruck by anybody. Okay, just people. It's just people that are doing something. So I leave people alone. I have respect, you know, and I don't need the accolades, and I don't need a selfie. Goodness, Carlin and Jeff, may I share your video on my mom? Absolutely, you can share. That's all open format stuff. If you want to take any one of our videos and share it with somebody, absolutely, that it's okay to do. I even make it's embedded in my stuff on YouTube. That all these videos can be shared, reproduced. I don't care what you do with them. It's fine, absolutely fine. Mike Vanderford, how are you? What's up? Not much, Mike. Same old, same old. Of Rosie and her cubs. Susie Q, hi my friends, my mountain folk. Susie Q, mountain folk, how are you guys? Mike says, just curious, how's the gas prices? Gas is, I'm looking at Marathon right across the street. Can you see it? It's a little far away. It's like right there. It's right there. 459, 459.9, 460, and diesel is 579. It's kind of hovering, hasn't changed much, but it's high. A quarter of a tank, so I got to get more gas. That sucks. Oh no. Hi, Susan. In the chat. Are those gas pumps? No, no. These aren't gas pumps in front of me. This is a vacuum. It's a car wash vacuum. I did find the other day the what is that? Shop and Go or Stop and Go? They were out of high test and mid grade. They only and it was Weagle Weigels too. They were out of high test and mid grade. But they corrected that. That's all corrected now. So it's not an issue. It's just there were a lot of people here. Obviously, I mean, you're looking at the traffic going by right now, and you can see that it hasn't affected people's ability to drive around. They're still driving around. You can hear the vacuum machine. They got the best vacuums here. These vacuums suck in a good way. Absolutely. You stick it down there, it sucks the dirt out of the carpet. And you can wash your carpets too. If you have your rubber mats and stuff, put it in the machine and it cleans it, brushes it, you flip it over, brushes it again. It's a wonderful Zips car wash. Life at Mountain Farm. I'm at work watching Susan Q. Susan Lauber, guess 49 today, 96 degrees. It's in Florida, that's normal. That's normal, but I bet it feels like 296 out in the sun, right, Susan? Charlie Beaufair, glad to get better. And good here in North Carolina. I've been working in a Cadillac, Fleetwood, with all kinds of animals. Yeah, you do. You have, and it's always good, Charlie. You know that. Those animals are your kids. They're your family. You love them, and you take care of them, and it gives you much solace. You get a lot of satisfaction out of having animals. And I like all my pets that come and visit me. Little Blackie is now my little favorite. Little Blackie is a female raccoon. She's small. She's fully matured, but she's really small. She comes up and she nibbles on my fingers to let me know she's hungry. She'll nibble at my sneakers, and then she'll, with her little hands, she'll like tap at me. And I go, okay, what do you want? You want a cookie, or what do you want? You want seeds? And I feed them. I got no problem feeding the raccoons. They're my buds. Yeah, they look like EV chargers, but they're not. There's another nightmare, right? Electric cars. We're a little far away. I mean, we're just not there yet, you know? They've had tremendous problems with the F-Series, the Ford F-Series now, the electric F Lightning, I guess it's called. It says that it can handle X amount of weight and charging ability. Well, there was a video that a guy put a small camper on the back of his F-Series thing, and it cut the electric in half. The ability to go, that it says 400 miles, it cut it down to 200 miles. Well, what are you going to do when you're at the top of a mountain and you're going up and you're going up and that battery's going down and down, and then all of a sudden you go, well, where's the next charging station? Well, it better be within a couple of miles or you're not going to be going anywhere. And then you got to wait 45 minutes. Americans don't wait 45 minutes for anything. They don't even wait for their own death at 45 minutes. Hurry up, hurry up. DP Martin, how are you? Bless their hearts. Yeah, they are, DP. People like to get into my business all the time, but I don't feed the bear. All right, I don't feed them. I appreciate them. I cherish them. I love them, but they're bare. Where's Jeff? That's right. Ibuprofen Dave. Hello, Jeff. With high gas prices. I think Ibu and Dave. I think some people are held back from the gas prices, and I don't blame them, because it cuts into the vacation money. But I say if you already planned your vacation, just plan on paying more for gas, and just go out and eat less. You know, if you have to skip a meal with the family and make sandwiches, I highly recommend that. You know, because you go out to eat in these restaurants, and you can watch Joshy and Stacy. They're the only food reviewers that I like watching besides T&Me TV. You know, they give you honest opinions. One thing for sure, Joshy and Stacy will give you an honest opinion. And they've been going to a lot of these places around here, and I know how they are, and they're not gonna sugarcoat it. And a lot of these places are not what they claim to be. 90% of it's frozen food. And you know what happens when you freeze beef, chicken, pork. It tastes like crap when you thaw it out and cook it. Because the molecules change. It changes the taste. It changes the way it cooks. The consistency is different. Carlos, 91 feels like 99. Jeff and Tootsie said, you had a haircut. Yep, Long Rock, just down the street. Yeah, I can't remember. It's just a few miles. Almost bought a house. I could see the curve right now in Blowing Rock. Went in, and it was a right-hand turn, and it was a hard turn, and there was a house on the side of the mountain, an old house, 100-year-old house. Almost bought, and it was cheap. Now it's probably $1 million. Should have bought it. Keep you on the go. It's only 72 in Omaha. Man, wouldn't that be a breath of fresh air? Mark Taylor, 93 here in Hickory Flat, Mississippi. Carla Vision. Aunt Gracie, how are you, Aunt Gracie? Where am I on time-wise here? I'm just a few minutes behind. Enjoy your channel. I'm still living here in Long Island. Aunt Gracie, I used to live in Long Island. Long Island. Many years. Born and raised in Long Island. Yepers. Alright, let me turn it on the AC again. It's hot. Oh, I can't. Yeah, it's a car wash, James. I'm sorry. It's Zip's Car Wash. It's signed. Oh, you can't see the sign. That's why. If I pull up, there's the sign. Zip's Car Wash. I try to go here all the time. I'm paying the monthly fee, so I figured I might as well just get the car wash. It was dusty. I didn't vacuum it today because I don't want to get sweaty, and I got to stay out of the sun. I absolutely have to stay out of the sun. Otherwise, I'll explode. And I don't want to explode. All right, I'm rolling up the windows now. Okay, guy? I know you like hearing the traffic, but I can't take the heat. Heat also affects MS. And if I get too hot, I start shaking. I don't want to shake. Traffic's been pretty heavy here in the Pigeon Forge, Sevierville area. Pretty heavy. And just look straight ahead. You can see that's traffic coming in. I'll be turning here. That's going into Pigeon Forge. That traffic you see heading at me right now. And it's been like that all day long. That's amazing. Lisa V, Hello, Lisa V from Lisa in Kentucky. D&T. I watch a great channel called Beat Diabetes. That's real good. Excellent. Anybody that has diabetes or you have a family member that has diabetes, go to Beat Diabetes. You can beat it and you can control it as well. Even if you're type 1, you can control it. You can get a better number and live a better lifestyle. Stay away from processed foods. Everybody. I know that that's not what you want to hear when you're in a tourist area. Not at all. But I'm telling you, all you're doing is a disservice to your body. You're hurting yourself. Okay, I'll try to turn it around here. This truck is flying. And I'll turn here. And he'll be on my right side, so that's good. Yep, he's on my right side. Good. He's got a decil. He's got a decil. Jeff, I have to get back eating meats. Yeah, meats and vegetables, Carla, please. 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 Do yourself a favor. Eat healthy and you'll feel better. I'm 68 and I feel, right now, of course I'm going through some ailments, but I still feel great. Now, if I wasn't taking care of myself, I would really feel like crap. Dennis Jackson, hey y'all, just got home. It's now 100 degrees in southeast Kentucky. I'm waiting for my thermometer to kick in and let me know what it is. Life at Mount folks saying hello. Jason LeBeau says, got 2 rides on the Goat Coaster. It's my new favorite. There you go. It's a fun place to go. Even Guy loved it. Guy said it's one of the best coasters he's been on. Imagine that. He had his bodyguards there. His family was there. And everybody was having a good old time. No, I didn't go to the VIP party. I stayed completely away from that. I already did that. Remember, I did that before anyone else. I went there for the pre-grand opening. It just doesn't mean anything to me, to get a VIP pass. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's just not, it's not informative. It's just not my thing. Jason says $4.49 at Murphy Express in Sevierville. Is that with a card, Jason? You have to have a card, or that's the price? Because I know the Walmart at the, what do they call that? It's not this Walmart. It's the one, the Marketplace. They were pretty cheap up there. It may have been $4.49 too. John Esper, $4.95 a gallon. D&T, just I'm working, mostly listening. Okay. So here we are heading into Pigeon Forge. I tried that express car wash. It wasn't very good. That one we just went by. Not very good. Walmart Supercenter is on your right at this light. Collier Drive is to the left. That's a shortcut. You can take that into Pigeon Forge, but I'll stay with the traffic right now. Normally, yes, I'd make a left here and go home. Because it's a night. I set the cruise control and I'm done. I just go home. DJI got $1 off a gallon. It's $1 saved in your pocket. Carlos says her mom got gas overnight, went up overnight. Yeah, $4.49 to $4.59. It's only going to keep going up, kids. I didn't vote for him. If you did, this is the price you pay. And yeah, I still got to pay it too. But at least I know when I shut my eyes at night, I didn't put them in there. I knew better. I knew what hell you guys are going to have to pay, and me too. That we're not done yet. We're not even close to done yet. You got to go to hell to get to heaven. All right? I think that seems to be the general consensus right now. Right? Jeff and Tootsie says, no, my internet here sucks. I'm behind trying. Okay. Well, it kind of sucks all through here, too. The internet is never, hopefully the signal is still pretty strong. I mean, I'm on the main drag where it says it is, but if I went off, it wouldn't really, it would start to pixelate. It always does. My sister says, Grandpa got ripped off by hearing. Yeah, I do remember that hearing aid salesman. That's right, thousands of dollars. Never worked. No, they never worked. Dad did. Brookhaven Labs. That's a Cab Flash in Deer Park. Brookhaven Labs near Shoreham. That's right. Shoreham, the power plant. That's right, the nuclear power plant that's there. Check out November 1992. Much about Long Island. But there was a pretty big event that went on back in 92. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was November of 1992 at the Brookhaven. Just Google it. I bet DJI is already doing it. Brookhaven Labs, Long Island, November 1992. Dad never really talked about a lot of that stuff. I mean, he did privately, but he was kind of closed mouth on certain subjects because he had to be.